What if 1 year of content could completely change your life? Welcome to the 365-day content creation challenge. Most people post randomly, and that's a major cause of burnout. But showing up with purpose every day, it builds a brand, it builds your audience, and could revolutionize your business. Creating and posting content every day for 365 days, not worrying about perfection, but just consistency, helps you to build momentum, confidence, and a brand that actually gets seen. Watch your skills grow over this time. Watch your message get clearer and your audience trust you more. You get access to a wider audience just by posting content every single day. And it's not about going viral, but it's about becoming unstoppable. My name is Mark, and I'm the guy behind the Mental Marketer and the private Facebook group Funnel Building 101, helping teaching the newest art and science of funnel building to help content creators sell other people's stuff.
Yep, Brandon here with BKXX Enterprises, your digital plumber and chief business strategist, helping you get those funnels online properly hooked up so you don't miss a lead due to a leaky sales funnel. What up, Mark?
What's up, Money B? Or should I call you Chef B?
You can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
I got it. I got it. Hey, we're just coming off of an amazing weekend out in Utah. We got so much to cover today, and it's just exciting. That's going to be our topic of today's show. Is just going to be recapping some of what we actually learned over that past weekend, and it was amazing. Um, what do you? How's your time been since we got back?
Busy, a lot of interpersonal stuff. Working on some proposals to get those out the door. Been kind of slacking on that, and still trying to finish my own redesign of a funnel hub that I am now a month and a week late on. So plus a coaching call every night, helping a gentleman build out his real estate funnel. Um, so it's tough to find the hours in the day to do everything. So
Yes, yeah, and I think remember we were talking a few weeks ago about burnout and overwhelm, and
yeah,
I always talk about the first thing that happens when I start to get the first thing that goes is sleep.
yeah, I would say sleep is one of them. I mean, I'm trying to get to bed at least by 9:30, 10 o'clock at the latest. Up by 5. Doing the old, growth morning routine. I'm not putting my face in a cold bottle of water or rubbing bananas on my face, but
I
I
was gonna ask.
I have changed the morning routine up a little bit. Tomorrow morning, I'm taking the kiddo to play basketball before school because he's an early riser too. And so we go play basketball for about 30, 45 minutes. And yeah, we'll do that and get the day rolling.
All right. Uh, oh, yeah. I think I'm same too because I'm actually trying to uh, change up my routine. Also, I had been, I'm typically trying to get some type of physical exercise in every day, mostly at least 3 to 5 days a week, and lately it's been in the evenings. But now I really want to move that into the mornings. That way I get that fresh start. It's interesting because let's talk about that, right? We were at this okay, so we were at the VIP day for the Create
Hmm.
Don't Capture. live event.
Hmm.
Shout out to Eric, by the way. I thought it was I thought it was a really refreshing environment where we could all, and it was small enough where it was just sort of an intimate type of event. What did you think about the size?
I thought it was a kind of the perfect size for that type of event. I thought it'd be a little bit bigger, to be honest, but I'm glad it really wasn't. The location was absolutely beautiful and stunning. Like super jealous. Like I wish I had that house because the house was crazy. Kitchen, living area, like for days. Open the patio door and you got inside outside like right there.
Hmm.
Mountains, um, a pool that you walked on. Uh,
I glided on it.
Trampoline built into the yard, so if you fall off of it, it's not going to hurt too bad. Pickleball, gym downstairs, basketball. I mean, this thing was like had its own private massage room. Like it was freaking insane of a house.
Yeah,
Insane.
you saw all of that?
Yeah, I went downstairs.
Oh, okay, okay. There was a personal
Yeah.
massage room down there?
Table set up, like it was all decked out, man. It was yep,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, and we had a couple of sessions. I think the first session was we did a little bit of breath work there, and we didn't talk about creating content, and
Yeah,
that was uh
I was gonna say, yeah, it was definitely more of a woo woo session than a tactical session, which was good because it kind of puts you in the mindset to pay better attention during the main event, because you already put at ease and kind of know and understand his teaching style, and have those conversations before the event that you know sets you up to really take up what he was putting down.
Yeah, yeah. It I think as I was sitting there and just I don't think any of us knew what to expect as far as the VIP day was concerned. And it turned out that this day was more of it was talking about us as content creators and who you are and who you are becoming and how you first want to see yourself as a content creator and actually set the groundwork for all of the other things, the other activities, the other planning, and the other uh, doing activities. I liken this to the be, do, have. You familiar with that, Brandon?
Familiar with it, yeah.
Yeah. And that day was about the be. Who are you? Who are you becoming? And I thought that was it was just a real nice reset. Not it really even talking about, not even talking about the nitty gritty of, content creation, which is, getting that video script, being able to record, being able to take those ideas and string it out into a series of content that will actually nurture and grow an audience. Um, and then that was just the VIP day. Um, and then there was the actual meat and potatoes of the event, which was on Saturday, where we were actually workshopping.
Hmm.
Um, Yep, where we were actually workshopping, sitting down. Um, of course, we heard his story again, about how he actually started and his journey from uh, not well, kind of failing or running his business in the ground using Facebook ads. What are your thoughts about growing organically as opposed to growing with paid ads? Because paid ads, they aren't easy.
No, paid ads are not easy. I can definitely attest to that. And I count. I liken the two to the turtle and the hare when it comes to paid ads versus organic. Though the organic being the turtle, the hare being the paid ads. With paid ads, you can get kind of complacent. You're putting a dollar in, getting $5 out, and you think you're living good. You can rest on your laurels a little bit, take that break, and not really have to do much, adjust, or really think about it. Right, dollar in, $5 out, whatever. But what happened to the hare? He took a break, took too long of a break, and the tortoise, whatever you want to call him, passed him up, got far ahead of him, and ended up winning. So, at the end of the day, if you have a good organic content that speaks to your customer, that is engaging and, you know, drives inspiration or causes controversy or makes them laugh, they're going to gravitate towards it and want to watch it. So, paid ads are great to get the kindling off the ground, but organic is what's going to uh, sustain the business.
Yeah. Just man, I'm gonna have to put some grease or something on this chair.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really loud. I get it. It is really loud. It's creaking. What is your favorite? Give us your answer down in the comments. Are you organic or are you paid? Are you team organic or are you team paid? Team paid ads. Um, if you have no experience with paid ads, you could lose the farm. I'm telling you, you could lose the farm. And if you don't have a converting offer, an offer that is already converting, and you'll be like many people that will I've seen post inside of the large group about, I've gotten 100 clicks on my page. Why isn't anyone buying? Can someone can someone help me here? And those questions are kind of like it could be so many different things, Brandon.
It can be, and I've been one of those people. In fact, I'm running a free plus shipping funnel right now, and I'm just doing it on search ads. And I've had one sale, and the ads have been running for a week, and I'm like, what is going? It's free. It's free plus shipping. $7, $8 for shipping and handling on a $9 product. So, I'm essentially breaking even at least on the product. I know I'm losing money on the ads because they're clicking the ads, right? And they didn't take any upsells. So I don't know, man. I don't know why fire extinguisher signs, nobody wants to buy them. They need them. I just got to figure it out. But yeah, it's definitely tough.
I think you just have to. There are people that want them. You just have to find them. The
Yep.
right person. When that ad comes up in front of the right person, that's where you could use a little bit of creativity to get those viral moments out there. That moment that makes everyone see it and say, "Whoa, that's funny," or maybe you know, I didn't look at it in that way, or wow, I like the angle that they approached to try to sell those. If you're watching, in the comments, let us know where you are watching from. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from. We got your friend right here in the comments,
Mr.
Brandon.
Jones.
What's up, Winter? Okay. Oh, okay. So he says that double down on one platform or try all platforms. And that's a question. That's a great question. Whether you should double down on one platform or try all platforms.
I've heard it both ways. I think Russell says go in on one and then spread it out once you have something is uh, that is working. So if your target market is in Facebook, focus on Facebook. If it's TikTok, focus on TikTok. I mean, if you're looking for cold audiences, those are the top two to go to right now. Instagram being a close third, and then once you have that initial um, uh, data set, so to speak, people click on the ads, and you got a seasoned pixel and all that kind of stuff. Then move it to bottom of funnel for search, because then people are going to be looking up at least your brand name, and just buy your brand name and make sure that nobody else is stealing your traffic.
Absolutely. Winter, you're watching from Boise. That's awesome. Are you there at the ClickFunnels headquarters? Let us know. I think I saw a picture of you with the giving a video on the wall. That's really cool. That's really cool. If what if I don't know where the right custom wait, okay, hold on. All right. So let me double down on one platform or try all platforms. Here's what I would suggest. Think about the type of content that you like to create. What type of content do you like to create? Are you a person that likes doing short form video clips? Do you like doing longer uh tutorial type videos? Figure out what your comfort zone is. It could even be short videos, medium-sized videos. Where is your comfort zone? Start making those videos and then put it on those platforms that are most native to that type of content. With today, you've got let's see here, you've got Facebook, you've got shorts on Facebook, which are the short type of videos, and those I like those because they remain on the platform for a long time. But then you do have those stories. You have Instagram stories, and you also have Facebook stories. The thing about those is that they're only a limited amount of time that those posts will be visible. So you're going to have to keep producing that type of content. For me, I've always said this, Brandon, that YouTube, YouTube, if I don't post anywhere else, I'm going to post video content, and I'm going to post video content on YouTube because it is a search engine. And I love the search function that it's going to live even a year from now, 2 years from now. There's people that will still go back to view those videos. So the lasting power of video content on YouTube, it's just my favorite. And now they have short, real type videos on YouTube as well. But there are certain type of videos that work well on that platform. You still have LinkedIn professionals. You have to think about producing content that's going to teach someone something that's going to give, okay, LinkedIn has the demographic with the highest net worth. So if you're maybe B2B or definitely B2B, that's where you want to go. I wouldn't say, I know people always say just do one platform, do one platform, do one platform. I would say don't do them all to spread yourself too thin unless you have a really good system and a team with you. But if you're a solo person, maybe take on a few and try to see how your content performs across each of those platforms. Then we do have another question coming in from Winter Jones. What's up, Winter? And I see you are in Boise. You are at ClickFunnels. Headquarters. Cool. What if I don't know where the right customer is? Brandon? We lost you.
I was on mute. My
Okay, now.
wife,
Okay, there you go.
somebody printed something, so I had to go on mute. Anyway, so if you didn't know where the right customer is, I mean, you got to think of the age and demographic of who they are and how it pairs up with the social medias. I mean, boomers, X's, and older millennials are most likely going to be tied to Facebook. Your younger generations, your younger millennials, zennials are going to be Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok, and then Gen Alpha is definitely going to be TikTok. So it's all going to come down to the age and demographic. I mean, a quick GPT question on who the perfect demographic would be would probably benefit you because AI is ridiculously powerful and knows almost everything. Um, and then again, going back to where the product fit is, what's it do? Is it a business product? If it's a business product, definitely LinkedIn to start. If it's more of a social product, either a relationship product or a financial product, I mean, there's tons of apps you can probably go on. Like if it's financial, probably Twitter, maybe even Instagram if it's financial motivational, and if it's social, definitely Facebook. Facebook is still the kind of keystone cornerstone, even though I hate to say it, of social media to get your word out.
Absolutely, absolutely. If I were to answer that question, what if I don't know where the right customer is? Look at your current customers. Where are most of your current customers? Where did they come from? I'm a firm believer in you use the resources that you already have to find out. Ask them, where did you find me at? Where, make a quick question. I'm going to tell you something that's a question that I ask to everyone that joins my private Facebook group, Funnel Building 101. Where did you hear about me from? How did you hear about me? And I'll get a lot of really good answers that are going to tell me, okay, this is the avenue that is really working. This is where I'm really getting a lot of my new members from. And where do they come from? I hear from a friend told me about the group. I saw you from a YouTube video. Facebook recommended you. I found you on a scroll. So that's the type of feedback that you can get from your already existing audience to find out where is everyone coming from. And that can help you determine where you are spending your time and your resources generating more leads. It's yeah, I would say use your current base of customers to find out where are they at, and that's more than likely you'll find that's where you should be hanging out as well. Yes, great questions, Winter. Great questions. Good to see you there today too. Uh, Great to see everyone out there on the live. I think that yeah, today I did want to actually I want to actually give a sneak peek into my back end too. As far as a couple of the things that I used to a couple of things that I use to help me stay on track. I think I explained to you that now I really like to stay ahead of my content producing. And there's a couple of tools that I use. I'm going to do a little back end demo and then just share that with everyone watching. This is usually private information, but yeah, I'm gonna share it. We are live too, right?
We are live. We are live today.
We are live. We are live. And then we're gonna announce the 365-day content creation challenge. You ready to
Well,
you
you
ready
just,
to kick that challenge off, Brandon?
well, you just announced it, so I guess so.
Well, we could have an official start date. We could have an official start date, or and then we can invite anyone else out there that wants to join us for some accountability and who wants to join us. But spots will be limited because we can't keep track of everyone.
No, we can't keep track of everyone. It'll be limited to three. Three people, three additional people that want to do a crazy, crazy challenge of 365 days worth of content, either video, audio, or written slash photography type content. It can be a story, it can be a reel, it can be a post, it can be a podcast, it can be a long form video, it can be a short form video. It can be whatever you want it to be, but it has to be posted before midnight of the day that you wake up and not after for it to count.
It has to be within that 24-hour period, 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Yes. Now, I think I just want to say that one of the really important lessons that we learned and that I took away from this past weekend is that it's not enough to just post content. If you're just posting content for the sake of content, you're not going to grow your business. The goal is to grow your business, and that is the goal. And when you want to grow a business, there is a system. There is a proven system that works time after time to create the type of content that will get people interested in you as a person. And that's the thing too, Brandon, is that when you're posting content, it should not all be business related. You should show some vulnerabilities. You should show some of your personality, because that's really what people gravitate towards. And when they're gravitating towards you and your life and what you're doing, then they figure out that they want to follow you along and take advantage of what you might be offering. Um, we talked about the basically it's almost like the JK5. It's that maybe four or five topics that are your beliefs, your strengths, and your values. Faith, just an example, right? Because I know that we were speaking with good friend Nick while he was there. Faith, family, friends, fitness. But you've got these main pillars of what you're going to be talking about on your social profile. And each of these pillars can be tied back to your business as you're speaking about them, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about your faith and how that faith has affected you and how it guides you in your business on a daily basis, that's how the type of content you want to create, you want to produce, whether it's written, video, or audio. If you're fitness, you want to talk about what type of fitness routine do you do? What's the structure behind that, and how does it tie into your business, or how does that tie into helping your customers get a result? So it's getting those content pillars and then getting it to link back to doing everyday things and getting it to link back into your actual business. And one of the tools that we got there. Okay, so I have a couple extra copies here. See that there?
Mm-hmm.
One
Mm-hmm.
is okay. One is the book and the journal. So inside the journal, and what I like about the journal, and I tell you I like this journal. Remember I was talking about this? This is not my limited edition because I don't want to mess up the limited edition. So I got these. These were really the sale ones. These were on sale. I've already given away a couple copies to someone that's jumped in one of my membership groups. So I got a couple copies left that I'll probably be giving away. If you're interested, maybe you can shoot me a DM and you don't have one. But yeah, in this book, there are prompts every day that you can read, and it will give you sort of an inspiration of what to talk about that day. I want to give you, I want to read off some examples here, okay? Just to give you an idea, because I'm telling you, this book is really good. And I'm going to tell you what I've done with these prompts in just a few moments, too. Okay. So here is one of the prompts, and it doesn't, when you look at the book, there it's not dated. It doesn't have a date, but you can write in the date right there. But it doesn't say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This book is basically designed morning and evening, and then there are some areas here where you can talk about your wins and then what were your major tasks that day. And that's what you want to do. You want to be moving forward, getting tasks done. But here's a good question, Brandon. What is one thing that really motivates you, and how can you use it to reach your goals?
It's a good question.
Yes, yes. When, and here's another question. This is a question for another day. When was the last time you struggled to fall asleep, and what was keeping you up?
Mm.
Right? So that's why I like this book, because I think one of the biggest problems that people have when they want to go out there and create content is what do I talk about? How do I come up with different ideas every day to keep saying something different? And I think when you have a prompt like this, you can answer this, and this will give you an opportunity to, and I there's a secret weapon in all of this too, Brandon. And we've got access to it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the GPT tool that just you put it in there, and then boom, it automatically has it done for you. Um, just want I do also want to just kind of demo that here real quick, show you what I've done with these prompts, and then yeah, what I've actually done with the prompts to really keep myself organized, and how I'm going to crush this 365-day challenge. You hear that, Brandon?
I hear it. I hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta stop moving because this chair
Yeah.
is just like. But yes, and the only reason I feel confident, Brandon, is because like I said, stay ahead of it. Stay ahead of it. And there is a way to not feel like you have to come up with the ideas at the last minute, but it can be thought of prior. And when you plan it beforehand and you've got that content all planned out, it's it's like this. And then what you'll see is, like what I've seen, is just an increase in the amount of opt-ins in my funnels, an increase in the amount of people following. I see my social following grow. I've seen my commissions going up. I've seen people signing up uh things that are in my videos that I might be recommending. And it just creates this just snowball effect, that 360. When we opened up this video or this show, we said 365 days worth of content consistently. Can it revolutionize your business? Can it,
I,
Brandon?
I mean, I think it can because you continue to show up in people's feeds. They get to know you more. I mean, and it's not 365 days of hey, buy something from me. It's really 365 days of generalized content about yourself, about what's going on around you, about the political landscape, about the local market, the local political landscape. You know, and when it came to content, and I remember this back from GrowthCon. I think um, the first one I went to. I've only been to one, but Ryan Dice was speaking, and he said, content's king for what it is, but the only thing that got the attention was the controversial and the reality show esque type content, content that causes a little bit of strife and conflict, which I get it. That's human nature. Like we are just genetically prone to just want to fight everybody. But you can do the feel good stuff out there too and still win. You don't have to be an a hole like I am all the time when it comes to posting stuff and kicking the hornet's nest up, like my you know make Canada great again as a 51st state post that I had today.
They'll either love you or hate you, but they will feel something about you. And I
Yep.
think that's the most important thing. Whether they love you or they hate you, but they feel something about you. And that, I think that's what you want to get. And you have to realize that when even you know I think people also have a fear of being judged and what people will say about them. You think
Hmm.
that's something that stops people from putting content out there?
100%. I mean, they're afraid of pushing people away, and then people go at them like, why are you posting so much? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? Like, it's weird. Like, why are you doing that? And that's when you just have to put the blinders on, earplugs in, and just keep moving forward because they just don't understand the mission that you're on. They're seeing their life, or they're trying to project their life onto you, which then cause you to doubt yourself to then stop. They're the crabs at the bottom of the bucket pulling you back in. That's it. So, get out of the bucket, do the thing.
Yeah. Seeing seeing you out there, it's like I love how Myron Golden says, he says, it's an indictment on them. It's an indictment because they're thinking, it's like they don't want to see you succeed. So, what is the best advice that you can give to someone that is really struggling? Because I know people that have posted content, been on videos, and they still struggle with that. Um,
Well, I mean, I'm one of them, so I don't know what kind of advice that I can give with it. But I would say find a good content calendar that you can kind of adopt and make it your own. Or if that's not your bag of tea, funnel scripts. I know it's kind of an older legacy style of application. I mean, it's not AI powered or anything like that, but it does have the frameworks within it to at least help you at least identify your avatar for one, and then plug in the prompts that they have to get the Seinfeld techniques. I mean, while we are on the call and you were going through the book, I mean, I did it, and so I'm on the Seinfeld email topic idea script. So even though they're emails, I could send out. They could also be used as Facebook posts or the 1 minute perfect webinar reels that we learned about. So mine's a home service business owner. Number one area of focus is more leads and sales, right? And so one of the things for a tip idea is what are three advanced more leads and sales tips home service business owners need to know. So plug that into the create, don't capture GPT, get my 3 points, and rock and roll. Right? I mean, it's that simple to do. The problem is the will to want to do it, because this is a little bit of work. I mean, we're saying it's simple to do because we already have the tools in place. You still have to take the tools, put them together, do the thing, record the video. And if you're like me, a little bit of perfectionist, you got to edit it, which can then be a little bit daunting. And one of those things is like, it's a pain point. I got to edit video. Or you can say, F it, not care, and just put it up raw, you know, and just see what happens. Most people don't like that over edited crap anyway. So it's probably more real and resonates with them the fact that it's not overly produced and it's a quick hit and quick win to get them through the day. You know, until you can get that Hormozy money to where, you know, you have that $40,000,
Team.
$50,000 a year team to edit all your content and produce all your content. Just rock and roll with your iPhone for the quick 1 minute deals. Get a DJI Osmo for your longer sit down head talking videos, and go from there.
Nice, nice, nice. Absolutely great advice. And you mentioned content calendar, and I'm going to share my content calendar. All right. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here and give you a little taste of my content calendar. Hold on. Let me actually share it on the screen. All right. Wait a minute. We disappeared. Wait a minute. All right. There we go. Cool. Can you see this on the screen?
I can see it.
All right. All right. So this is my content calendar, and I'm just give you a little bit of overview on how I manage my content. This is a Trello board. If you're familiar with Trello, it is a project management tool that allows you to create these boards. This is a full board with you make tabs, you do tasks. Well, I have created a 365-day content calendar. And what I like about this is that each day, you'll see here for each day, I have particular prompts and what I should be talking about for that day. And in the when you click on the actual month itself, so for example, March, and when you click on that, I always want to start the month off being aware of important dates, holidays, and events happening in the month. For example, these are some things or some of these are local and some of these are national. You'll see here, I got daylight savings times ends, NCAA basketball tournament. I think opening day for baseball. We're now in baseball season, and this was Houston Rodeo. So some local things that I like to put in there just to give me a little bit of an overview for the month. So I'm not completely in my own bubble, but I'm actually paying attention to actual dates, and it's not just random posts. Okay. And then what I love about this software is so it helps you to keep a combination of the type of content that you're posting. So throughout this entire 365 days of content, there's your results content, there's your value content, and then there's your lifestyle content. And following this allows you to stay within that frame, and then also allows for room for flexibility as well. So and I'm going to show you a couple of days in here just to show you one of the major things I really love about using this Trello board here. So for example, let's see here on May 7th. Okay, what I'm able to also do, you can see this here.
Yep.
All right, so check this out. this here is April 7th. And you see here, this is what I posted on social media. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I keep this as statistics to show, and I can easily access it. So this was one of our episodes, okay? And we talked about the leaked chapter from Alex Hormozy's book. And then I also have a prompt here to actually talk about, my business. And when you see this here, what makes our product superior or awesome? How would you talk about what makes your product superior or awesome, Brandon? Brandon?
Just list the features and benefits, and then do a side by side comparison of a close competitor. I mean, for my products, I mean, there really isn't um, that big of a competitor. I mean, as far as the business app platform that I can put local businesses on to manage their entire business seamlessly. I mean, it could be akin to high level, but this thing doesn't really hold a candle to high level because it's super simplistic and easy to do. Once it's set up, which I set up for you, you just look at the reports and see the growth. That's it.
Awesome, awesome. So the key is that you're not just creating content. You're not just creating content randomly, but you are planning that content out, and you've got a complete structure that will guide the whoever is listening, your viewer, to become interested, to learn more about you, to see what actually makes your product more awesomer. And let me go on another day here. Let me see here how I want to inspire confidence in my customers. And then there it is. And then if you look on my social media profile on April the 8th, you'll see this is what was on my profile. I keep this here so I can go back and actually kind of uh kind of gauge the engagement that we had on the content, and then make a decision on how that content performed. Okay, that's the 10th. I think I that was a little short clip right there about when do I sell high tickets. When do I sell high ticket? Let me see here. The fastest and easiest way to transfer funnels into click funnels. These are all of my posts. So here's how I do this too. Let me find let me see here. Let me see here. What's that? March the 6th. How I keep myself accountable. Let's see here. Let me see here. Oh, okay. There's my post on that date where I actually had a post where I talked about one of my nurturing email sequences. I left the link there. And you see this right here, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a little bit of idea of how many interactions I had, how many comments I had, and also how many shares. Remember this post right here?
Yes, do.
Yep. It was about 2 months ago. And then I was leading into the interview that we were doing with Eric Dane right here. Um, Now, I don't know what I do here. So let's say, for instance, I have the month of May coming up. Let's take a look here. May 5th. Okay. May 5th. 3 things that you should do before starting your content creator business. So that was my prompt for May 5th, right? And what did I do? You see this right here?
Mm-hmm.
I, I put that right here into the GPT prompt, and I came up with this. And I created a video exactly like this. And I made this beforehand. I haven't gone back and input the actual videos just yet for this month. Excuse me, I don't think. Yeah, I haven't. But if you want to see last month, Let me see here because I think I did more short videos back last month. And this is how I keep it kind of, yeah, there it is. There it is. That's one of the posts there. And what I like about this here, okay, yeah, check this out. Do you ever wonder what a day in the life of an online entrepreneur really looks like? It's not just filming, it's not just posting, it's strategy, creativity, consistency packed into every single hour. In the morning, checking analytics, planning content. Awesome. So I love this about the Trello board because you can actually embed the videos right here for you to actually come back. And you know what? It makes it so much easier than trying to go back on Facebook and trying to find your post,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so some people will ask me, that is an awesome 365-day template. Can I get it?
No.
You absolutely can. You absolutely
$1
can.
million.
And I'm going to show you where I got it from. Yeah, I'm going to show you where I got it from. And it doesn't cost a thing. Right here. This here is 365-day social media content calendar. It says 365 days for Facebook. But do you see what this says right here? This is a public template for anyone on the internet to copy. Did you know that you could copy templates through Trello?
I did. I'm not a big Trello user though.
Yep. So this is a public template for anyone on the internet to copy. So if you wanted a copy of this Trello board, you can go to Trello and search for it here. Or if you're interested, just DM, comment down below, make a comment, something like Trello, and then just let me know that you've seen it here, and I can actually send this to you, and it goes right into your Trello account. On this one here, on the very first day, it's got information about how to understand content marketing on Facebook, and it gives you a really good information about posting on Facebook, how to post on Facebook, how often you should post on Facebook, a little bit of information about Facebook groups, pages, reels, shorts. So you can grab this Trello board and then you can actually customize it. As you'll see here, it might have been for an affiliate marketing business, but you want to customize it for your niche and what you're doing and what you are, just customize it for you. Take the main words like affiliate marketing, and you'll say 3 ways that if I were you, Brandon, I would say 3 ways that becoming an SEO wizard has changed my life. But with the invent of GPTs, it makes it so much easier. And I'm going to tell you how I do that, and I actually partner this with my Google Calendar. Okay. So I'm going to share my Google Calendar. Now, you here with me now?
I see it, man.
All right. Okay. So what I do is I take those prompts. And so, for example, I'll get 10 prompts from my social media Trello board. I'll take 10 prompts and I will record 10 videos. I'll do it. I'll do batch recording, and then I will take those, and as you can see here, I will schedule those to go out on certain dates. And that way I'll know, okay, so for example, on the 12th, this is actually one of this is one of the prompts that I actually ran through the GPT. I ran it through the GPT and it spit out a script for me. And I said, okay, this won't work for me. It's one of the obstacle that many people have. It's a limiting belief that many people will have about getting started as a content creator business. It won't work for me. It works for so and so, but it won't work for me. That's another good tip that I want to point out too. When you're thinking about content to create, think about what is holding your customers back. And when you can actually just start to string together of objections that your customers might have, that's your gold content right there, because that's the content that you're going to produce that's going to really start to shifting people's mindsets, and they're going to start to shift from, okay, I like that, maybe this will work for me. And then that's the type of content you want to that's the type of content you want to put out there. What are their objections? What are their fears? So when you talk about coming up with 365 days worth of content, there's a lot of content out there that you can produce, Brandon.
There's 100% a ton of content out there. It can be the littlest thing. I mean, you can post about your lunch. You can post about what you didn't like about it, what you loved about it. You can post about something about your kids if you are open to sharing your kids online. I mean, you can post about your drive into work and how the express lane pissed you off. I mean, people like want to hear your story. Several reasons. One, if they like you, they're going to like it. Two, they want an escape from their own life. They want to see that other people are having the same sort of struggles that they are, and it kind of just makes them feel okay. This is human. This is life, right? And and when it comes to posting content every single day, I get an email religiously every single day from a guy by the name Carl Bryan. And today's email that he sent was like one of those gut punch type emails. And he typically sends the same thing every day when it comes to coaching, because this is a coaching program and all that kind of stuff to help local businesses. But this one like really hit the gut as far as the emotions. Like, you got to get out there. If you can help somebody, help them. The subject was day 1234, marriages, suicide, hope, dire. And I didn't read yesterday's, but this one caught my eye. And he always starts off, he might even split test, like if you read or you didn't read the day before. So yesterday was explaining the three primary domains of a company's IP, lives as well as lives in, as well as how my drunk aunt went to salsa class and left because of a misunderstanding after she was asked to dance. Speaking of her quickly hiding a bag of tortilla chips, wifey enjoys a deep, meaningful conversation. Dave's girlfriend was staring into space, so wifey thought it might be an opportunity to get to know her better. Wifey, you're staring into nowhere. What are you thinking about? Dave's girlfriend, just thinking. Wifey, about what? Dave's girlfriend, I've always wondered if my recorded call with the bank was used for training purposes. Wifey, LOL. Anything else? Dave's girlfriend, well, right now I just need an impossible sequence of events to play out in perfect order against all odds, and I'll be fine. Wifey, blank. Nothing there. Another news from the podcast, routine demonstrated by a man is a sign of a drive and ambition. Anywho, your profit acceleration thing today is hope and direction. If you've seen the recent masterclass you've seen, let me show you what the average ad looks like for your local business. Marriages break up from lack of money over lack of love times 100. Do you realize that a local family with two young children are separating right now over lack of money and frustration caused by their local business? Just a matter of doing the wrong things in the wrong order, lowering prices, spiraling expenses, having no compelling offer, working primarily with the people that cause the most headaches rather than the 20% of the clients that drive the 80% of the revenue, and ignoring accounts receivable issues while running ads that don't work for them. Easy and quick fixes? I don't know. The husband of the business described above is close by you, tears in his eyes with a box full of clothes over his shoulders, walking into his new one-bedroom apartment. The first thing he put up was a picture of his two kids. They're absolutely pride and joy. He's already counting the hours so he can see them on the weekend. Problem is, it's Monday. That's 91 hours, but who's counting? Next day, he's cuddled up with a picture and read it a story last night because he couldn't cuddle and read it to them. His kids themselves, his kids cried themselves to sleep. Mommy is equally devastated, but she's just had enough. How does someone work 16 hours a day, totally consumed, and not make enough to cover the basic expenses for his family? Multiple times he told her, we just need to load up on the credit card one more time. This time will be different. We can trust this guy. It's going to work. I can feel it in my bones, baby. She's painstakingly agreed one more time. But it's the same old, same old. She's thinking, does he not get the whole hunter-gatherer thing? You could have saved their marriage last month by calling and providing some much needed help and direction, but you didn't want to bother him. Sorry, kids. 2 months later, a little further down the road, it gets worse. A business owner's committed suicide. It happens every day, unfortunately. The guy was advertising in your local area. The ads he's running have no chance of working. The one call of you helping and explaining the ad is never going to work because it doesn't have an offer, call to action, no headline, or anything interrupting, engaging, or compelling to say. Therefore, why in the world would someone respond to the ad? It's blown up a business card. It's a blown up business card with name and business at the top, service quality, dependability listed in the middle, and his phone number and web address at the bottom. Same as 80% of ads. One look at his website, a dog's breakfast. Having an expert call and explaining this in a gentle way would have eased the sense of I'm a total and utter failure and provided little hope and direction. That's all that's really needed, hope and direction. Install the JS12 business operating system, not another ad that doesn't work. And if you could have done that, one person generally offering to help out without reaching into his wallet immediately, jab, 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 then right hook, sale, as Gary Vee would say, you have the power to save a life by calling, but didn't want to bother him and needed a script to follow. FYI, you don't need a script. You just need to give a shit. By the way, this is the same family. He had a picture of his 2 kids and the book on his lap when he killed himself. You can still see his ads locally, but he won't be answering the phone. Sorry, kids. And that was like, whoa. Like, I've never read an article like that. And I know that's super deep, and I don't like ending on that sort of super deep deal. But
that was super long.
and deep, though. I mean, it was long and deep, but that's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter
That's
the
a
length of
long.
the content. If it's
It does
compelling,
matter.
people, if it's compelling, people will continue to read it and continue to watch it. And if
That
it's
was
in,
that was long copy right there.
yeah.
I felt like I would have to read my devotional first before I read that. Like, if I'm gonna read that much, I'm gonna read my devotional. That's
No, but I mean, the
I
email
like
itself. Go ahead.
no, I like how he took a situation and talked about it and how it applied to businesses. But I think it could have been shorter. I think it could have been a lot
No,
shorter.
he's really selling his program hard. I mean, I was in it for a minute and kind of backed out of it. Um, but like, this is the stuff that I try to help the local businesses do. Like exactly what this thing was saying is like running shitty ads that don't do what you want them to do, right? And um, taking the accountability and the ownership of the local market to help the people out. That's what hits. So if you can create the content that really resonates with your audience, because I'm this guy's audience for what I want to do, it's going to move them forward to do the thing that you want them to do. And he wants me to buy his program. Again, I already know what I need to do, so I'm just going to go do the thing. And then when I have the money, maybe I'll buy the program and it'll enhance what I have to offer. But I have enough to get started and help that one person. So
Yeah.
the content that
But
you put out there can help that one person do the thing that they need to do to get moving forward and make the world better. So make the
and
content.
that and that's the point. Controversial posts without a goal or without a way to tie it back to your business is that really moving your business forward? But I like the way he took a situation with I think a husband and wife, but then he took that, but then he linked it to the business. So he linked it to the business. So he didn't just talk about this situation because that doesn't really give it any context, or it doesn't really link it to how they're struggling in their business. You know, how your solution is the answer to their problems, and how or how Eric said it, how it gets that person from where they're struggling from point A to point Z. When you can link the two, whatever it might be, if it's the controversial topic, if it's the topic that people, are buzzing about, how can you link that to your target market's problems that they're having? And you can compare and say, just like, I talk to business owners just like that every day. And when they come up on a situation that they can't decide, or they want to take over, or say, for example, your posts out there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you want to take over. You want to take over the local market, like America's going to take over the entire North America.
Yeah,
You see,
that's it.
you see, huh?
That's it.
Exactly. You want to take over the local market like America wants to take over North America? That's how my new ad formula will you'll feel this dominant. But you see, there's a link to a business, there's a link to solving a problem. So it's not just a controversial topic, but you've actually linked that to your ideal customer and their problems, and how you can provide a solution for them. There you go. I gave you the idea.
There you go. Got it. I'm gonna definitely leverage the that email that I got. I'm gonna print it off, hang it up, and pretty much read it every day because I guess it's probably the strongest email that he ever that he ever wrote, or at least that I caught. And he
All
sent
right.
1,234 of them to me.
So that's number 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an
One,
easy
two, three,
number to
four.
remember.
That's it.
Easy number to remember. All right, gone over a lot. I don't have a PDF or anything, but maybe I'll put this together in a training sometime soon, where we can all kind of gather and really put together a really great content plan for you, and do it the right way, get it organized so you can get ahead. 365 days worth of content. When are we starting, Brandon?
We can start. We can
How
start
about
tomorrow.
you
Start
want to start?
tomorrow. Why wait? Why procrastinate?
All right. Unless there's someone else that wants to join.
I mean, they can pick it up at any point in time during the deal. We'll just make a note on the calendar on when they started. If you want to start with us tomorrow, comment down below starting tomorrow, and we will make sure that we like your comment and then go to your page and make sure that we select what we need to select, so we make sure we see your posts first. And then you're in.
Yes. Winter. That's for you, Winter. Hope you're enjoying your time out there in Boise. Unfortunately, there was an announcement made for another event almost, just recently. I'm definitely not going to make it. I'm not going to make it this time. I'm going to have to sit it out, because I've, even if I did, I had a doctor's appointment that I postponed, and I really need to, I don't need to postpone that appointment anymore. I'll get that taken care of, and I know there'll be other opportunities. So we're just going to continue. I'll be there in spirit. And if you're going, I'll definitely be looking out on my socials to find out all the juicy details. Any final words, Brandon?
Just get out there and push play. That's it. Go push play.
Or what's the back of your phone say?
Go live.
That's it. That's it. 365 days worth of content. We're going to be there, and we hope to see you there too. Wow. I get that and this.
You didn't get it. All right. Night night.
I got it last time.